Here's just a yearly reminder: your mother-in-law is not your mother. She's his mom, not yours. You don't owe her shit. Okay? Now, I know that the daughter-in-laws get punished for what the lazy, entitled king baby men won't do, or just forget to do. I know it's their wives that get punished. I know it's their wives that get judged. But I don't care. Now, before I keep going, I have a mother-in-law and I love her. I adore her. It seems like it's not common to have a great relationship with your mother-in-law, to feel like you are one of her kids, that just to feel loved unconditionally for no reason at all. I didn't do anything other than she loves that I'm in her son's life. She loves me. She's treated me so well from the day I met her, and has never done anything shady or weird. And literally, I am a guest in her home. Okay, I don't have to do anything. Nothing. And when I heard that women have to audition for this crap, they go to their in-laws and they have to perform labor to be like, look, I'm gonna take care of your little baby boy. No thanks. I get that's what we're conditioned to do, but luckily, not only did I have it not in me to do that, because of my luckily I did not have a man in my house growing up. I had a single mom, so I didn't watch these dynamics play out of the daughter-in-law being the mother-in-law's little bird. Okay, I didn't see that, and or the performing around it. I saw a little bit with my stepmom, but also that's more complicated in terms of moms being mean to their son's wives. But it didn't occur to me that I'm auditioning to be the new mom of a man when I meet his mother. But also, I was lucky enough to not know French well enough to I get to be the weapon. I get to weaponize my incompetence through language all the time. But I don't have to. And that's the point. I don't have to. They don't expect. I am still a guest when I go to his parents' house. Nothing is expected of me. They won't let me help unless all of us are helping. I love that for me, and I hate that most women, it seems, that is not their reality. And so when you think of Mother's Day, the one day that moms get appreciated at all, and what is their gift usually? To not have to work. Even the mothers have to buy their own gift, or plan their own gift, or send links for their own gift, or coach their husbands on how to give this gift and coach the child. It's ridiculous how much labor women do for Mother's Day to be appreciated for their own day of almost dying, giving birth, and then, sacrificing so much to pour into these children. But yeah, we'll treat them, we put moms on a pedestal and also hate them. We put them on a pedestal and worship them and tell women all women have to be this. And as soon as you become one, fork you! Surprise! It sucks, right? Now, I'm not saying that that's the case for every woman, but it seems like moms get screwed so bad under patriarchy, mostly because of the systems that don't support mothers, especially in the United States, where they have no help from the government at all, and don't even have the security of healthcare and all this other stuff, and have to pay tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to give birth at the hospital. I forget the price, the fee to let the child touch you after you birth it into the world. But anyway, even moms who love motherhood, who feel supported, who have partners who are not worthless, and weaponizing incompetence and weaponizing everything, and want to help instead of actively parent and anticipate the needs of her, the child, everybody, whatever. Even the ones who are fully supported still get treated like crap. And then on top of that, on the day that they are supposed to be celebrated, who's it all about? His mom. Now it's all about his mom. A lot of times. One of my mutuals, Nicole, she does a lot of content on decentering your in-laws. And I didn't even know that was a thing, because I never center my in-laws. I'm also in a position where I don't have to, because I live in France. They're here. I love hanging out with them. I love hanging out with my husband's family. I love being that loved and that secure on a regular basis. I love it. If my family was close by, if I wasn't an ocean away from them, then maybe I would have to constantly ask myself, am I neglecting my family in some way, or am I da 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 da? Like, but it seems like it's a very common thing where, the mothers of daughters don't get that they just get screwed compared to the mothers of sons. Right? Because the daughter-in-laws are the ones either buying the presents for the mother-in-law, or at least reminding their husbands innumerable times before the date. Hey, usually probably orchestrating the entire thing, not just the gift, but whatever meal they're going to have, all the planning, all the text back and forth, whose house, who's bringing what time, the how to get there, like all the stuff. It's so much like women are just producers of these movies called holidays, right? And then the actor or the director is like gets all the credit, gets the Oscars, when it's the producer who does it all. He gets the credit. So a lot of times the moms, they should be thanking the daughter-in-laws for those presents. So, it's hard to know how to deal with it, because a lot of women that want to just keep the peace. Sometimes these mother-in-laws make their daughter-in-law. I'm not saying that daughter-in-laws are all like innocent. I know there's plenty of I am just saying, if he's the son of a toxic boy mom with very few boundaries and who hasn't been decentering men herself, who probably treats him different than her daughters and expects this is her day as the queen to be recognized. And fork the daughter-in-law's mom. Who cares about her? I'm the queen bee. My baby. I birthed this amazing baby man into the world who won't ever grow up, because instead of me parenting him, now I have parentified the wife to do all the work. It doesn't matter what the relationship is between the daughter and the mother-in-law. I'm telling you, it is almost always falling on her to make sure that he doesn't make them look bad or her look bad. Because let's be real, no matter what happens, usually the moms have not decentered men enough, because we're all decentering men, hopefully. Not all of us are. But we all see the way this plays out. This isn't just about decentering men. Is not dating or marrying men. You had a decenter men if you have a child who is a boy, right? You got to decenter men at work. You got to decenter men in all of your family, in your extended family, your in-laws. You got to do it in your friend group. Like, there are men everywhere, and I'm telling you, you're going to see it come up, and it's going to come up with the in-laws, right? And it's going to come up if you blame your daughter-in-law for the gift your son didn't think about in time. So if you let these men fail, which sometimes I think we should. I've let my husband fail a couple times because I've failed a couple times. Sometimes there's that ADHD thing where something's coming for a really long time and you're like, oh, it's coming. It's in 5 days. It's in 4 days. It's in 3 days. And then you're like, oh crap, it's the day. Oh, it's Sunday. Everything's closed here, right? I have done that with birthdays. I have done it with other things. But what I don't ever feel bad about is I feel bad for her if she ever gets a bad gift. But what I do have the peace in knowing is that she will never blame me for it. It's on him, right? But that's not usually the case. So it's hard if you let these men fail, and especially if that mother-in-law blames you for everything he doesn't do. Now you got a price to pay. So letting them fail, now I've heard some women suggest that you get the mother-in-law a present and let him and say it's from you, and let it be very clear he failed. But we're also empathetic people. We don't. It's like especially if you're a mom, you don't want his mom to feel bad. So a lot of women are covering for their husbands because if you're a mom, I don't know what it's like, but I'm guessing that if you're a mother and all that you've been through, then you would hate to see another mother be so neglected on this day that's supposed to be celebrating her, right? So this is so complicated and it's so unfair. And we know that women are usually the ones who are making Christmas magic or any holiday magic, making weekend plans, doing the summer camps for kids, literally producing the lives of the family. The one day that they absolutely should not be producing literally anything for their own celebration as a mother or his mom's celebration is Mother's Day. And yet they always end up doing it. I'm getting a little worked up, but basically I've been thinking about Mother's Day and just, God, how much work women do on Mother's Day. Because even Mother's Day celebrations are usually cooked by women, or they go out to dinner. I used to be a waitress, and that was a huge, not dinner, that was a huge day. You know, that was a huge day. The Mother's Day brunch or lunch or whatever. And you know, the other thing that's annoying as someone who's always been child free is that women would be like, Happy Mother's Day. And I'm like, at first I would say, I'm not a mom, just to kind of shame them into assuming I was. And then I was like, yeah, thanks. I had to work today, so they give me a good tip. Anyway, this is complicated. This day brings up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. Also, if you have issues with your parents, your mom or whatever, but the thing is that a lot of daughter-in-laws who are mothers themselves are holding down this whole holiday and are expected to do nothing but labor and not be celebrated other than a dumb gift and a card because they're going over to an in-law's place for brunch. Not all, maybe they're going to their mother's place or whatever, but I'm telling you, the way that men's families are centered in marriage is shocking. The more stories I see, the worse it gets. And also, as an immigrant here, try being a part of Married to a Frenchman Facebook pages. Holy cow. Every time, sometimes I go on that page just to understand how lucky I am, because a lot of these women are hostages in this country because they can't leave because they had children here, and those children will never leave France. They will never leave France, so you got to stay till they're 18. Because that husband is not giving you permission to take them away, and you will be charged with kidnapping. Google the Hague Convention. So there's a lot of women who are immigrants and all over the world who are stuck with his mother on Mother's Day, serving her, worshiping her, doing all the labor and being far from their own mothers. And also being ignored on the day that's supposed to celebrate them too. So there's no easy solution to this. Let the men fail sometimes. Maybe remind them once and say, I should not. If you have a progressive husband who's unpacking this stuff, say, I will not remind you of Mother's Day again. This is your one time. But what I will do is I will give her my own Mother's Day present if you're not going to get one for both of us. Because this is not my job. This is your mom. But I understand that's not the reality of most married women. It seems like the majority of married men do not want to let go of all their privilege, their learned helplessness, their entitlement, all that stuff. They're just lazy. They don't want to, and you will. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to do in that scenario. But I hope if you are a mother, wherever you are, that you feel loved on some level and get to rest at least some and feel appreciated at least some today, and that you aren't being worked to the bone serving a man's mother unless you really love her and you really want to. And that's a whole different story. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. If you have stories, drop them in the comments. We have moderators here, so we don't let nonsense happen on this page. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notifications if you want to know when I drop videos. Join my Patreon if you can afford to. That's how I'm able to do this work. Patreon people are basically what pay my bills at this point because algorithms can't really. So thank you, Patreon people. And let me know if you want more Mother's Day content, because I have another idea for a video, but I'm not sure if y'all want that or not. So anyway, let me know if you heard that. Comments on. Don't give your mom a plant. Don't give her a plant for Mother's Day. It's just something else she's gotta take care of. Don't give her a plant. She's already the giving tree. What do you want? A stump now. Don't give your mom a bunch of crap she doesn't want that she has to take care of. No pets, no dogs or cats, especially a male dog, man. They're so needy. I speak from experience. Any of that stuff. Don't give your mom a plant. She needs rest. Don't give her stupid stuff that you bought 5 minutes before you showed up. Plants are a lot of work. Plants are a lot of work. How the hell is she supposed to go on vacation? Give her a massage, maybe, or a facial, literally anything that makes her feel good. Concert tickets, I don't know, get creative. No plants, no stupid meaningless crap, no more
Stuff to take care of. Let her rest.
Happy Mother's Day.